Crewe Works overhauls the bogies, wheels, traction motors and HVAC units for the Ulster fleets. From a town point of view, this town would not have been here without the works, would not have been here without the foresight of that company to build the works here. The works would identify to come to this because of geographical location. It's ideal for Birmingham, London, Liverpool, Manchester. It's very central. Crewe is railway.
This is our second day of the Rail 200 inspiration train, which we're hosting. Crewe, as you say, is a railway town. I feel like it's the railway station and then people are here for the railway station. So yeah, it's been really exciting, and to be able to get the Heritage Centre down as well. They're only local to us, so for them to come and do something. For the LSL to be involved, Locomotive Services to be involved, again, keeping it Crewe and keeping it local. And then for people to see not just what Railway 200's about, but also what's Crewe, what have we done, what's our history. So it's nice to bring it all together.
I'm Charles Grant, I'm chairman and co-owner at Crewe Alexandra Football Club. If you miss the bar, the wall's on the train, right? It's behind that stand. We couldn't get any closer, both physically, as a ground, as a name. I think if you asked anybody in football, they would know, first of all, that Crewe's a railway station that everybody goes to. Crewe Alexandra is a unique name in football, and I think the country makes the link. Certainly the locals make the link.
Crewe is known, or the original railway, Crewe was known as the Grand Junction Railway, and that is exactly what Crewe is. Even today, it's possible to go anywhere in the country by rail from Crewe. The history began in 1837 with the first train service from Crewe southwards to Birmingham, and then 6 years later the railway works were built, and before that basically Crewe wasn't here at all. And in a very relatively short space of time, 30,000 people were the population of Crewe. And Crewe Railway Works at one time were the biggest railway works in the world.
I think it was Grand Junction were the founders of the Crewe Works in approximately 1843. So the building that we're in today and the works has been around for 183 years. The bricks were laid by Liverpudlians, brought in to build the facility up, and Crewe as a town grew from the works. There were cottages were built to house the workers, and round about, I think it was 1877, Crewe became an independent town away from, let's say, the railway site that it is.
Railway transformed everyday life because apart from the huge number of employees building railway locomotives, there were a lot of the ancillary work, and virtually everything that was needed for the railway industry was produced in Crewe, and that included not just the locomotives but all the stationery, all the working uniforms and so on.
If there's no railway, there is no Crewe. So you could deny your heritage if you like, but I don't think that's a very good idea. I mean, I think the railway is what's formed, along with probably Bentley Motors, but going back the 150, 200 years, the railway is Crewe. So I'm very proud of it, yeah, even though it's not an industry I'm directly involved in, and it's very easy to catch a train.
Running Crewe railway station's really good, it's exciting, but there's a lot to it because it's steeped in railway history. There is a lot to it, so I always try and make sure whenever we're doing our partner work or community work that we get as many people involved from the railway history of Crewe and get people from the community involved to try and make sure that we commemorate it, because it is amazing. I don't know if you've seen on the overbridge, we've got the poem to celebrate Crewe station and how long it's been here, so it's good, it's exciting, it makes it a little bit more deep because there's stuff behind it rather than just running the trains.
I think the railways first came in 1837, but it didn't really kick off and the town didn't start to get built. And we all know this because anybody who's born and bred here, it's sort of in your DNA. I think it was 1877 when it really started to kick off. Now, ironically, that is the foundation date for Crewe Alexandra Football Club. So, you bring people in, you bring the workers in, and the railway industry starts to develop and they start to play football, and the football club was founded at that time. So the football club, the railways and Crewe are, inextricably linked.
So it would have been fantastic to see this site in 1843. At its peak, there were between 35 and 40,000 workers. I'm told when the buzzer sounded for end of shift change, it was akin to Beijing. They had to stop traffic, they had to sequence the people leaving the site on cycles, just to ease the traffic flow. Obviously that's changed with industry, although it still holds tenant today as an engineering works. We're a lot smaller, so from 40,000 we're at about 350. The site has been right sized, it's been shrunk over the years, but nevertheless still is a strategic importance for Alstom, and obviously the legacy that it leaves within the railways. From a build point of view, Crewe Works is synonymous with the railway.
As a singular nickname, the Railwaymen, it's taken over. And in fact, our official supporters trust or society, which now sits on the board of the football club, are called the Railwaymen Society. So the Railwaymen and the name and the football club, again, are linked together.
I'm not from Crewe, so it's exciting to work at one of the first railway, sort of big railway stations for Crewe where it is. So it's exciting, I'm proud to do it, and I'm proud to be able to put on things like this weekend, sort of support Network Rail and Railway 200 in putting on something that's quite poignant, especially with it being the halfway point of Inspiration Trains tour and the halfway point of sort of the country and our network. So yeah, I'm proud to do it, it's exciting.
The Railway 200 project has been a wonderful exercise, and I think it's stimulated a great deal of interest in the railway industry.
Yeah, and I think Railway 200, obviously within the name, it's 200 years old. It's seen a lot of people come through the railway industry, apprentices, graduates, managers, shop floor workers, and the future's bright for the next generation to come through. Railway 200 promotes young people, females, coming through into Alstom, coming through the rail industry, and long may it last for another 200 years.